Hello, everyone. I wanted to have a real conversation. This one won't be quick. There's going to be multiple parts about this one because it's important that we truly dive into what's happening with humanity today, right? And so, a lot of humanity, what's happening today is that it's inverted. All of the things that are truly important, the things that truly matter, even truth, it's inverted. Right now, the thing with truth is that when it comes to truth, uh, darkness cannot stand in it. So the more awakened consciousness come bring things to light, the less uh, darkness can take ownership of things, right? And so I'm not sure if I'm saying that the right way, but I believe that this message is going to get to the right people, and the right people are going to understand what it is that I'm trying to say. So I'm not for everybody, right? And that's okay. And so with this message, what I wanted to bring out across was that the things that truly matter, which is ourselves, and going within to find the God who resides inside of us, and truly master our experience here in this earthly realm. We've been tricked to look outside of ourselves to find meaning in this life, to find a relationship with the Most High God, with Creator Source who resides inside of us, right? So all these systems that are put in place to outsource that are truly just a form of distraction, right? And so there's no judgment here. Whatever you believe in, that's great and dandy. However, the truth is that God resides inside of us, right? And that in order to find that to be truth for ourselves, we must go within, right? And that truly just means, like, when I say go within, sometimes I feel like it sounds like a cliche, right? Like, you have to like meditate and just be still and be like a little monk type of scenario, when in reality it truly means mind your business and put all your focus onto you, right? Choose to heal for you. Choose to face yourself. Choose to face your wounds, what hurt you, who left you. Why do you behave the way that you behave, right? Which has a lot to do with, our mental health, right? So I speak on, healing at a spiritual level. And so that's healing at a spiritual level. Healing your mind is healing at a spiritual level, right? And so when it comes to inversion, we are with the media, right? With social media, with the music industry, with entertainment, right? We are presented a picture of, like, you're successful if you drive this car, you're successful if you wear these clothes, you're successful if you go and acquaint yourself with these places, with these type of people, if you drive the nice truck, if you have the Harvey or Harley, those motorcycles, you know basically, that what you possess is what makes you, right? It's what gives you meaning. It's what gives you a standing in this world, right? And so the reality of that is that that's just an illusion, is a distraction to keep you from awakening to who you truly are, which is you are one with Creator Source. You're not separate from God. God resides inside of you. And because you are one with Creator Source and God is not separate from you, no matter what has been done, no matter what has been done to you, or no matter what you have done, right? Because you're not separate from God, you can't create the reality that you want for yourself here in this earthly realm. You are a reflection of the Creator, a spark of the Creator, and the Creator is a creator that makes you a creator, right? And so within my dark night of the soul, I have spoken a lot about like the experiences that I've had and the things that I have gone through and the knowledge that I've learned. I've shared it with you guys, right? So this knowledge here, which the one that I'm sharing to you now, that we're not separate from God, that we're sparks of God, that we're creators just like God, right? That we are a spark of the divine, right? I also speak on claiming your spiritual inheritance while you're here. You know, it only makes sense, right? Accessing your spiritual gifts, right? I speak on that. This is what the powers at work call occult knowledge. This is how they manipulate humanity as a whole, because they understand that, we are all powerful, that we're not separate from God. And they understand that energy manipulation is real, right? And that magic is everywhere. And they use that knowledge to keep humanity in a slumber. They need to keep us either asleep, in a slumber, upset, or in fear. They don't care which one it is. They really don't care, because once you're at that frequency, at that low vibration, they're able to one use you as a battery, to harvest your energy, right? And so a lot of these terms are would sound unbelievable, right? And so unless you've experienced it yourself, you wouldn't resonate, right? Which is why it's important that we do the healing work, because once we start healing, once we start ascending, and ascending is just raising our consciousness, really opening up our eyes to the reality of things, right? And so the two thieves are these two eyes right here. We have a third eye right here, right? And so awakening that third eye so that we're able to see in the spirit, right? And that takes work. That takes, coming up or out of those lower realms, coming up out of fear, living our lives courageously, knowing that we're spiritual beings having a human experience, and that we're not the vessel. We're not this vessel right here. I could look hot, right? There's people that look better than I do, right? We're not that vessel. We're not the vessel. It's just the same thing as, what clothes you wear, what car you drive. You're not the vessel. You're not what the vessel has on. You're not what the vessel is driving, like, commuting with. You're not that. You're not the furniture in your house. You're not the house that you own or rent. You're not the job. You're not the title. You're not your name in all full letters, capital letters. You understand me? You are soul having a human experience, right? And so it's time for us to start remembering that. It's time for us to remember who we are, because the powers at work have been controlling the masses for way too long now, right? And I'm going to come back with part 2 regarding another message that has to do with this one here regarding controlling the masses.